Hi guys, and welcome back to the Curro Create Monologue Masterclass. I'm Boland.
And I'm Joshua the Toit.
And today we are picking up from where we left off in our last video. We are looking at things to keep in mind when preparing your monologue. Now, a trick or a method that a lot of actors use is dividing the script into emotional beats. Now, the best way to think of this is to think of them as emotional paragraphs. So there are places in the monologue where you would normally paragraph or you would emotionally paragraph. So it's kind of like an emotional gear change. So let's look at your script here. And again, we're making marks. I dreamed of being rich, important, and popular. I got the first two. Everything I learned in school, but not from the classroom. So really for me, we've changed the beta. So I like to draw big paragraphs like this. I dreamed of being rich, important, and popular. I got the first two. We were going with the idea that he wants to say something and continue, but he doesn't. He changes the subject and he goes back in time and starts talking about himself. Everything I learned in school. So make a big beat like that. Draw like might be useful later on is to make this line in black so that it's very clearly seen. You draw a big line like that. We could find our next one. Everything I learned in school, but not from the classroom. I learned that there are monsters roaming the hallways and cafeterias and playgrounds looking to eat you up like Godzilla did to Japan. And in their wake of destruction, monsters can make other monsters. I'm a monster, but I wasn't one. But I am now. I'm rich and important, but not popular. So I think we've got one before that. I learned that there are monsters roaming the hallways, cafeterias, playgrounds, looking to eat you up like Godzilla did to Japan. In their wake of destruction. So I think we can have another beat there. So, do you want to mark it? Yeah, use it, mark it there. So work through your script and find all those places to make those differentiations, because that's where you're going to have a gear change emotionally. Everything about your performance will change with that emotion. Now, another thing to use, like I just did, is where to put a pause. Now, pauses are very important because the audience, of course, pauses with you. So our first pause that we've decided on was that one that I mentioned at the beginning. I dreamed of being rich, important, and popular. I got the first two. And you're waiting for that sentence to continue. What happened to the third one? But you go back in time. So you decide not to talk about the third one then.
Yeah.
Talk about what you learned. So there's a pause there. I dreamed of being rich, important, and popular. I got the first two. Now, that pause is not just you stopping. Very importantly, the pause must be filled with something. It's a pregnant pause. It must be filled with you thinking. So have that internal little dialogue and write down here what you're thinking. I got the first two. And then what is he thinking? What's in his head while he's saying that, while that pause happens?
He's thinking about, I think, what he never got. And
so put it in a sentence for me.
Yeah. I got the first two, but not the third, maybe. Or like he goes into more detail about what these mean to him, or what he is.
So what I would do is design 3 sentences to think there. So I got the first two, but I didn't get the third one. But did I really want it in the first place? Actually, I think I did. But hang on, let me go back. Think those thoughts. So don't move your mouth, but think those sentences, whatever they will be. So the pause is filled with your subtext. Subtext is very important. As the word sounds, sub, beneath, text. It's what lies beneath the words. And our lives are filled with subtext. When you meet someone, you go, hello, how are you? Yeah, I'm fine, great, you? people are thinking everything except how they actually are. And those are the thoughts we need to see behind your eyes. Now, when it comes to learning words, I don't believe in sitting down and studying your words to learn them. I believe in rehearsing. And so learn by rehearsing. Do it over and over again and compartmentalize the words into those emotional beats. So always start a rehearsal at the top of an emotional beat and finish either that emotional beat or the next emotional beat with it, but don't stop in the middle of that emotional beat. Finish your paragraph so that they are learnt like chunks in your brain that you put together. So always keep those emotional beats complete when you rehearse. I don't like to stop in between them. Then you need to keep the content fresh. The character you're playing has not learned this monologue. The character is making it up as they go along. And a nice way to do that is to see the character searching for words. That keeps it fresh. So, and that's especially nice to do when you get to lists. So he lists here where the monsters. Ah, here we go. I learned that there are monsters roaming the hallways, cafeterias, and playgrounds. Now, let's see you thinking of the places where you find them. So, I learned that there are monsters roaming the hallways, the cafeterias, and the playgrounds. You will react very differently to how these monsters behave in all those different places. For some places they have supervision. Maybe in the playground there's absolutely no supervision, and that's really where the monsters get mean. So keep it fresh like that. We want to see the character thinking of these words as they come to him. Repetition is your key. Do it over and over and over again, because then it goes into what we call the muscle memory. That you are no longer thinking of the words. You are only concerned with the meaning and the feelings you have about them. And that comes from doing it over and over and over again. Your muscle memory is very important, because that means you don't have to be thinking about your words. They're just in your body. We also got to look at things like pronunciation. Got to be able to hear you.
Yeah.
Projection. Getting your mouth around the word. Unless it's a character who mumbles, we can't have you mumbling. We need to hear you clean, but paradoxically at the same time, it must appear natural. Now what you're doing is completely unnatural. You are standing in front of a whole stack of people and doing this performance so that they can all hear it. But within the paradigm of what it is that you're doing and this performance, you need to find natural speech rhythms. It often happens in these Eisteddfod kind of situations that people speak incredibly unnaturally. I dreamed of being rich, important, and popular. I got the first to everything I learned. You can hear, that is not how people speak. But the way you're going to speak is not how you speak in normal conversation either, because you are making sure that you can be heard and understood. So you are clearer, but within that you need to find the natural speech rhythms. That'll come with rehearsal. That'll come with also understanding what it is that you're saying and meaning it. And of course also with that trick I gave you about keeping it fresh. You know, when it's especially in lists, if you're listing 1, 2, 3, suddenly it looks like that third one just came to me. So finding your natural speech rhythms where you are giving us the meaning of the words and not doing it like a badly recited poem. Find your truth. Find your emotional connection and let that come out. Let's find a natural speech rhythm for I was a mama's boy, always dressed nice with my hair combed to one side.
I was a mommy's boy.
Yes.
Work better and always dressed nicely.
Yes.
With my hair combed.
So those are words that you've changed. I'm telling you to say it in a natural rhythm.
Oh,
Do that for me.
okay. I was a mama's boy, always dressed nice with my hair combed to one side.
Now, always dressed nice with my hair combed to one side is explaining what I was, is adding to I was a mama's boy. So I was a mama's boy. What I like to do is imagine words that get a sentence started for me. So always dressed nice with the hair combed to one side is explaining I was a mama's boy. So I would imagine putting in a, So I was a mama's boy. Always dressed nice, my hair combed to one side. Suddenly, now that becomes real. And you can leave that imagined word out. I was a mama's boy. Always dressed nice, my hair combed to one side. Suddenly, we have found a naturalness to the words.
Yeah.
Try it?
With the
Yes.
I was a mama's boy, always dressed by hand, always dressed nice with my hair combed to one side.
Which was the only natural thing there was the stumble. Let's try it again.
I was a mama's boy, always dressed nice with my hair combed to one side.
Now drop the but still keep the intention.
I was a mama's boy, always dressed nice with my hair combed to one side.
Try it again. It's not there yet.
I was a mama's boy, always dressed nice with my hair combed to one side.
Okay. Repetition is the key, people. Again and again and again and again. And before you know it, it'll be working. See you at the next one.